What's going on? MbDub here, bringing you another episode of our Middlesbrough Career Mode. And since we are 23 games into the season, we are starting to play every team for the second time now. So I'm excited to play these teams again after we got to look at every single team. But to begin, we play away against Bristol City, followed by a home match against Wolverhampton, and then we'll break into our winter transfer window. And our last game of the episode will be away against Chesterfield, and that will be our first match of the FA Cup, as I'm excited to get that one underway. And we have already reached our cup objective, so in my opinion we have nothing to lose in this cup, and honestly we'll just put a team out there, probably the reserve team, and make as far as a run as we can. But all in all, should be a good episode. I'm excited that we've finally reached the halfway point, and we'll take a look at the table again. I am currently 6 points behind Hull, so we do have some catching up to do. However, being 6 points ahead of Derby, we do have a little bit of safety space where it doesn't look like we will fall down to 3rd or 4th place very easily. I'm feeling very confident going into this away match against Bristol City because last time we played them, we did beat them 3-0. It was one of our easiest games so far this season, and hopefully it's going to be easy this time around. But we're going to go ahead and start Gnabry outright again, and everything is the same as last time. Our team's been playing great in my opinion, and hopefully Gaston Ramirez keeps up his good form, as since he's came back from his injury, he's played amazing. So hopefully our whole team keeps it up and we get the win here at Bristol City. Come on, Dissart, get in there. Uh-oh. They get the shot off and it hits off the post. Good work by Sanford, but Matthews comes away with it. Tomlin gets it into Matthews. Now he looks to get in the cross. He does get in the cross, but Agazi comes out for the punch. It's not taken care of yet as Tomlin gets it into Agard, and Agazi's able to handle it pretty easily. Get in there. That's a gift. And Adoma gets it in. We take the shot, and it's way over the goal. Gaston couldn't keep it down on his favorite left foot. Nice tackle by Ensu. Uh-oh, we get stretched out a bit. Tomlin on the ball. And Agazi has to stretch out for that one. It's about time to make a couple changes. We'll put Nugent up top, Clayton in at defensive mid, and we'll put Iwobi out wide for Gnabry. And hopefully these fresh legs help our team out. They get it into Pack. Oh, they getting something going right now, and they do call a foul. And honestly, I don't think that was much of a foul, as he stalls a little bit. They have Tomlin to take this set piece. Now they have two players standing over the ball. They get him the shot, and Agazi with a big-time one-handed save to get it wide of the post. I mean, he was in good position there to make the save, and that was quite easy for him. And there can't be much time left, and the game does end here 0-0. Honestly, not too much action going on, but we did possess the ball pretty well today, and we'll check out the stats. And as you see, we did lose possession by a slight margin, but there weren't many shots on frame for either team. Both teams knocked it around relatively well, but honestly not much action going on. And we'll check out the player of the match, and it is Michael Agazi, who did make a handful of saves once again, and he did come up pretty big for us. But all in all, this was pretty disappointing, as we did beat this team 3-0 last time, and fortunately we kept 2 shutouts against them. But this time we could not put anything in the back of their net. And we got some training now, and hopefully some players do go up in overall as we look to get some good scores here. And we're still pretty close for a handful of guys. Pereira is very close, Gnabry's close as well, but it looks like we'll have to wait till next time. Jordan Hawkins does want out of our youth academy, so we'll have to evaluate him at the end of this month. It should be about 2 or 3 days until the end of the month, and we'll take a look at his updated statistics and see if he's deserving of a promotion to our first team, and if not, we just won't sign him and let him leave. Last time around, we did lose to Wolverhampton 1-0 away from home, and now we have a chance to play them at home, and hopefully we do pull off a win. But since we're playing 2 days after our last match, all of our starting players were very tired and really could not play this game. Actually, Gaston Ramirez sent me a message and said that he's not feeling up for the game. So there's really no chance I could have gotten them in the lineup. But I'm going to go ahead and play our reserves team, and Downing is playing for this reserves team, and he's fresh. And even as you see, ourselves from last game are still pretty tired. Clayton has a little bit of his stamina down, as well as Iwobi, and our starters were like halfway down. So hopefully this team does step up and get the result. We have an opportunity to get a ball in here, but I'm going to play it short, make it easy. Leadbiter on the ball, plays it through to Clayton, who then finds Stuart Downing, who turns around, tries to get a shot, takes the volley, and the keeper makes a relatively easy save. Plays it back through, and we find Stuart Downing through. Nice touch. Now he has an opportunity to shoot, takes the shot, and Akime flies for that save. That's a nice save and pretty good opportunity from that far out. We'll take a look at it again. And that was a great shot and a solid one-handed save. We have S1E11 to take this corner kick as he gets it into the back post. And our defender goes for the bicycle kick, but it falls to Stuart Downing, who takes the shot and puts it in the back of the net. He's played so well so far in this match, and he is deserving of a goal. I mean, he shot quite a bit so far, and that was a quality volley there as it falls right to him. It's really tough to miss this one, but he does well to keep it down and put it into the side of the goal as there was a lot of defenders ahead of him. And honestly, that experience is paying off right now. Bad touch, but Clayton comes out with it. Plays it into Stuart Downing, who then plays it through to Clayton, who has an opportunity to shoot the ball, and Akime once again comes out with a nice save. They have Deco on the ball. I don't know if Woodgate has the pace to keep up with him. And Deco gets it in, and we miss the clearance, but Henry puts it wide. They got Deco on the ball. And we miss the tackle, and they get it out wide, but he puts it way over the goal. We'll make a couple of changes. To start, we'll take out Kike Sola, and I'm going to put in Pereira and try to go for like a false 9 type feel. I'll put Downing up top and see how that works out. I'll take out Iwobi, and I'll put in... This is where it gets tough. I'll put in Ensu, so we have a little bit more defense. And then I'll put Forshaw in at defensive mid. This is kind of an experiment to see how it goes, but I really did want to try Downing up top and see how he works as a false 9. And Ensu would really help out defensively, so I really didn't want to play Nabry too because he's quite tired, so we'll see how this works out. Good tackle by Pereira. Downing on the ball, takes the shot to the back post, and that was an amazing finish. And Downing gets his second goal of the match. He honestly is trying to fight his way back into our starting team, but I really do like him on this reserves team as he really adds that edge that we need. And that was a great shot with his weak foot. I mean, he's a lefty, and he just put it with his right foot back. Oh, I mean, that was a stunning shot. Back post. Oh, I'm loving it. Iorfa on the ball. He has his beat, plays it through, and the keeper makes a relatively easy save. And I see Stuart Downing up top. Hopefully he can get to it. And he does take a bad touch, and Forshaw ends up on the ball. And we play Ensu through. He cuts in, finds Pereira, who can take the shot, and that is a great finish. We have been doing so well in front of goal. And Pereira, once again, gets a goal off the bench. We haven't played him for quite a while, but every time he goes in, he has a solid game. And right now, honestly, we have some really good attacking mids. I mean, with Gaston Ramirez, Stuart Downing, and Pereira, they're all performing well. And it makes me selecting the team very tough. But that's about as good of a finish as you get. We do a good job taking care of it. Leadbiter tries to get it out wide, but McDonald ends up on the ball. And that is the end of the game. We do win 3-0. All in all, a great performance. I mean, they beat us 1-0 last time out, and we definitely did get our revenge as Stuart Downing had an amazing game. And we'll check out the stats. And as you see, it was a pretty dominant performance. Our shots on target, we had 7, which is a whole lot, to their 1. So really, they had no chance in this game. Our player of the match was Stuart Downing as he got an 8.9 rating, which is one of the highest I think we've ever gotten for this Middlesbrough team. And he did have 2 goals. And all in all, he had phenomenal play. He was taking shots left and right, and he really was putting in good work, especially when he went up top. So I know that I can play him at false 9 now, and I really do like having that option available, especially if my forwards aren't playing too well. It looks like Max McKenzie-Lyle is another player that we'll have to evaluate at the end of the month and see if we do want to give him a promotion from our youth team, because he wants out as well. Taking a look at these youth players, most of them still aren't narrowed down as I would like them to be, but we do have to make decisions on 2 players. And the first player is Jordan Hawkins from England. He's a forward with some pretty good pace. However, I really don't think I want him on my team as he's only at 49 overall. His potential is decent, but at 18 years of age, I don't know if he'll exactly reach that maximum potential until the very end of his career, and I really don't think he'd be in a good investment for us. So I'll go ahead and release him. And the other player that we do have to make a decision on is Max McKenzie-Lyle. And for him, he looks very promising. He's 6'2". His potential range is very good. And at 52 overall, I definitely can see him progressing into being a pretty decent player in the short run. So I think I'm going to go ahead and promote him to our team, offer him a contract, 2 years, $500 a week, and we'll give him a future first team player role, and we'll see how he pans out. But the rest of the players, we do need to continue to see them narrow down before we make our decisions. They're all looking pretty good, especially this Zimmerman, who has a potential range between 80 and 86 at 61 overall. Honestly, he should be a stud, so I'm excited to see how he pans out. Here's a look at our monthly squad report, and the only key player to really grow in overall was Michael Agazi, and he's now at a 76 overall. Halfway through the year, he's already grown by 2 overall, and his goalkeeping stats are looking very good. So hopefully the rest of the year he can continue to grow, and maybe we'll have him at 77 or 78 overall going into next season. That would be very nice. But I'll go ahead and scroll through very quickly the rest of the players. There wasn't much growth throughout these players. I don't think anyone grew in overall. But our players that are on loan looked very good. A lot of them are reaching like 3 overall growth so far this year, and we'll get to them soon. But all in all, we still have our older players declining. Kike Sola is now at a 70 overall, Woodgate at a 70. But as you take a look at these guys on loan, a couple of them towards the end have grown very well. Lewis Maloney, Fry, Morris, all those guys are going up by 3, and Bennett as well. And that's a very good sign. So hopefully they continue to do that throughout the rest of the year. Since we are now in the winter transfer window, I went ahead and shortlisted 3 players that I think we can get on free transfer, which means we would get them going into next year, but would not have to pay any transfer fee and only wage fees. So it's honestly the most efficient way of doing things right now. And since we don't have much money available, this is the best way. I mean, we really can't afford a good player on a transfer fee. And I think our roster is doing a very good job right now, so I really don't want to change anything with that. And really work towards building a better team going into next year. But I did shortlist 3 defenders, primarily because we have 2 defenders in on loan currently. That's Callis and Delate, and we do need to replace them. Those are going to be the most key players to replace right now because we have enough midfielders and forwards going into next year. But as you see, I shortlisted Cerna from Shakhtar. He's a really good right back. He's honestly one of my favorite players to play with. And you just look at his technical skills, his mental skills, and even his physical skills at 33 years of age. He is just a beast. The next player is Solomon Kirkvela, and he's a center back, 23 years of age. But the thing that got me is how fast he is, and he's also 6'5". So he looks like he could be a beast out of Georgia, and he's a player that I might gamble on. And the last player, and the player that I really do want to sign, he's going to be the first one I go after, and that is Harvard Nordveit. And he is just a monster. Look at his technical skills, his stand tackling, slide tackling, marking. I mean, he's just a beast of a defender. And he's also 6'2" and a really big body. He just, I mean, that's something we can need. We need somebody that can win the ball in the air and can really be that rock in our back line. And I think he could. I mean, 25 years of age too. He has many good years ahead of him. And he's a player that we can definitely build around if we do make the BPL. So I think I'm going to go after him first. And I'm going to go ahead and approach the sign on contract expiry. And he's demanding $70,000 in wages, which is quite a lot. And as you see, that takes most of our wage budget out of the picture. So if we do sign him, we probably can't sign any other player on free contract. But I'm going to go ahead and give him the crucial first team player. But there's a chance he would not want to go to our team because currently we are in the 2nd division. So we'll see what he thinks about that. But hopefully he does because he would be a beast of a player to have. Going into our first match of the FA Cup against Chesterfield, I went ahead and put in our reserves lineup, but I did make one big change, and that is playing Stuart Downing up top as like a false 9. It worked very well last time as I brought him off the bench, and he created a lot up there. Oh, get up. There it is. And they find a player. He volleys, and Demi has to come up with a big-time save. That was a nice left-footed volley there. Looked like an outside winger coming in to take it, and that's a great save. Oh, they play it in, and now they're looking to finish it, and it does go into the upper right corner. Good play by Chesterfield, and just bad defending by us, as we got so stretched out that all their players were wide open. And he just feed it through and took out the keeper, and that's a nice finish. I mean, actually that was right down the middle, not the upper right. But he just got over our defender there. I don't know what he was doing. He was all the way in the goal. Really no chance of saving it there. I don't know what that was about, but we do have to come back now and get some goals in the back of the net. And they get it out wide. Novak on the ball, crossing it in dangerously, and the keeper has to make a big save. Nice throw into Delate, who then finds Clayton. And I'm looking for Leadbiter here to run onto and take the hit. That's a nice hit, but Lee parries it wide of the goal. Stuardi to take it. Gets it in nice. And it falls to the top of the box. We have a player there to meet it. We have Delate running onto it as he takes it wide. Tries to get a ball in, but their defenders just shut him down. And we have a player down, unfortunately. Who is that? And it looks like a Wobie has picked up an injury, and we have to move in. Let's move in Nabry out wide. And that's not a good sign at all, as Wobie is one of our key players. We'll have to wait to see how serious it is. Get in there. There it is. Clayton gives it back to Pereira, who has a chance to shoot the ball, and it's just wide of the goal. O'Shea on the ball. He feeds the player through. He takes the shot, and unfortunately they do score their second goal. This is not looking good so far in this game. And we're giving up a big lead. We got to score 2 goals here at the end of the game. We don't have much time left either, and it's just not looking good at all. We're going to have to put in maybe a couple players to increase our firepower, because we really do need to start creating. It's about time to make a couple changes, and honestly the Stuart Downing experiment didn't work too well, so I'm going to put Nugent in for him and put Forshaw in at defensive mid. O'Shea to take the set piece. He gets it in. And I don't know if that was Demi or the defender, but we do good to take care of it. And now they take another shot, and it's just over the top of the bar. They're looking for their 3rd goal in this match, and that could have easily been another goal. And it looks like the game will end here. Man, it was just a horrible game all in all. Our team did not perform well. And I'll give credit to them. They performed very well. They played an amazing game, but we just weren't ready for this game. And we got outpossessed, outshot, everything. We just looked horrible, and we could not move the ball around well at all. And we'll take a look at the match facts, and you'll see here, like, they did so much better than us on everything. They outpossessed us like crazy. Their pass accuracy was 90%, and we only got 1 shot on frame, so I'm not happy at all about this game. And we also got an injured player. Their player of the match is Gary Little, who got a goal and also had a pretty good rating, so well deserving for him. I have horrible news after that game. Alex Iwobi will be out 7 months. That is such a long time. Honestly, I've never had a player out this long, as he had some sort of a ligament injury, and that is a huge blow for us, as he probably won't be back until next season. And oh man, I can't even believe it. That's just not good at all. And hopefully he gets better soon, and hopefully, I mean, when he comes back he gets right after it, but this is a big loss, guys. Here's a quick look at Max McKenzie Lyle, who we just signed from our youth academy, and as you see, his physical traits are honestly pretty good. But we'll take a look at his weak foot and skill moves, and he does have a 4-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves with a high defensive work rate, which is very good as a defensive mid. He honestly could be that defensive-minded center mid that we need. 6'2", a very big guy, so hopefully he continues to grow and we can get him on the field as soon as possible. After that action-packed episode, we're going to take a look at our table. I mean, a lot just went on here. I'm still a little bit shocked about that injury. Out for 7 months, and also that big loss in the FA Cup. That just was not a good result at all. But on the bright side, going into our future games, we won't have to worry about anything else but the league. So hopefully that will help us catch up the Hull, as they still have to worry about the FA Cup. And honestly, they will not be able to line up their best team every single time. So we'll see how that works out for us going into the future. But we are only 4 points behind Hull right now, which is an improvement from last time. They do have a goal differential 26, which is still pretty insane, and they're scoring a ton of goals. But I think they picked up maybe a loss and a tie, so definitely we can close down soon. But we do have 7 points ahead of Derby right now, which is very good. And that race for the playoff spot is very close, as it seems like potentially 10 teams are in that race, closing off at Preston. That'll be exciting to see who makes it there, but it doesn't look like we'll fall there unless we really do slip up. So we'll look at the bottom too. We haven't looked at that for a while. Blackburn is still down there doing horribly. You got Brentford and Huddersfield. I think Brentford was in like the top 6 early on, and they just collapsed since then. But those teams are all not doing very well at all. But we'll go ahead and end the episode here, guys. And my question is, what do you think about the Nordveit signing? If we do get him on the team, do you think that's a good decision? Let me know in the comments. Also, please comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But for now, guys, take it easy.